me back to Liberia, where the drums still play my song. Take me back to my homeland. It's the place where I belong.
LIB Future TV, giving voice to progressive Liberians, speaking about politics, entertainment, and local news.
Okay, good. Greetings, guys. If you're in Liberia, I want to say welcome to the LIB Future TV. Today, we are here with Jefferson and Lovetta, who's going to be giving us the trending news from Liberia. So we'll just go through the Lovetta to give us what's going on in Liberia. Sorry for the delay. We were experiencing some technical issues, but we already here. So please share the live. Welcome to all of you. So Lovetta just gave us a update from Liberia, what's going on there, so we can kickstart the show. Thank you.
All right. Welcome to today's trending news stories. Border tensions demand security investment, not propaganda. Security experts and opposition figures are urging the Unity Party government to swap rhetoric for concrete steps as tensions with Guinea flag over troop movements and seize equipment near the Makona River and Foya. They want Liberia's porous border and unequipped joint patrols. Armed Forces of Liberia, Liberia Immigration Service, Liberia National Police, Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency, and National Security Agency need specialized training and modern surveillance gear rather than luxury vehicles and off-budget spending. Police cleared McGill in rape case. Victim's lawyer demands full DNA file. Human rights lawyer Tiawon Gonglo says Liberia National Police has not released the complete DNA investigative report that cleared ex-Deputy Minister Bryant McGill in a 14-year-old case. Police cite foreign DNA tests and phone data groups warn transparency is vital. St. Jackson's outburst reopens Salif family wounds. Jackson's remarks toward the son of the late Harvey Salif drew outrage amid a long unresolved case. Salif was taken from Ghana's in 1985 and never found. Daughter Queen V and relatives still demand answers about Civil War disappearances. Bwaka attends emergency Conakry summit on border tension. On March 16, 2026, President Bwaka met Guinea's leader Mamadi Doumbouya and Sierra Leone's Judea Bio to defuse local border flare-ups after Guinean troops allegedly crossed near Solumba. Talks honor the Mano River Union aimed to reaffirm territorial integrity and prevention measures. NCD launches nationwide tour on disability needs. The National Commission on Disabilities began a 50-county assessment of persons with disabilities to inform policy under the rest agenda. Acting Director Apostle J. Aaron Wright Sr. says rural visits prioritize inclusion and transparency. Liberia, Sudan signed bilateral memorandum of understanding. Foreign Minister Cyril Beslo Yanti met Sudan's transitional leader Abdel Bohan in Khartoum, the first African FM to land there since the airport reopened, and signed and memorandum of understanding to expand consultations. Bond County Community Watch cuts crime by 86%. Official data credit volunteer watch teams with an 86% drop in reported crime through leaders note equipment shortage and oversight gaps still challenge the program. MRU leaders pledge peace after concrete talks. President Bouacar, Liberia, Domoya, Guinea, and Bio Sierra Leone met in Conakry to defuse racing Liberia-Guinea border tension in Lofa. The Bano River Union Summit ended with renewed commitments to peace, unity, and respect for sovereignty. Police released Samuel Jackson after 48 hours hold. The Liberian National Police freed economist Samuel Jackson to his lawyers when the legal detention period expired. He was questioned over West Tunis March 12 death but not charged. Police say the case remains under investigation. And one also demands thorough probe into Tony Jackson death. The Women NGO Secretariat condemned alleged domestic violence after images appeared to show lacerations on Tony Jackson's body, calling her a Liberian through marriage. One also urged an impartial, speedy investigation without prejudging the facts. Those were the latest updates from Liberia.
Oh, I think Siddiqui left. Uh, I think Siddiqui left. Hope he rejoins shortly. We hope he rejoins shortly. But thank you, Lovetta, and of course, yeah, I think Siddiqui will soon join. But thank you, Lovetta. We hope to see you again tomorrow. With okay, Siddiqui is back.
Yeah, thank you so much, Lovera, for that, update from Liberia, especially trending news. Want to appreciate you for your time. Thank you so much. Thanks for all you do. Jabasi, are we live on Kia PH?
Let me check it out. I guess so. Yes,
Because
so,
earlier on we're only on YouTube. So
yeah, we're live on the page.
okay, good. So again, we want to say sorry to all of you that are following us on the Kia Radio, via the radio station in Liberia. We want to say sorry to you for coming on late. We are 20 minutes late. So sorry about that. That's because we've been facing some difficulties in the back, but we're able to sort it out. Just as you listen to Lavera giving us the updates from Liberia, ranging from the Mana River Union meeting heard yesterday in Conakry, Guinea, and that of the deployment of some soldier or military personnel from Guinea along the border side, even though the meeting, was kind of successful yesterday, but the Guinean soldiers are still around the border. And also, the release of Samuel Jackson regarding the death of his wife, and so many updates that Lovetta was able to share with us today. So if you are just joining us, we want to say welcome to the LIB Future TV, and also, please help us share the live. Your feedback will be highly appreciated. Let's go to Jefferson to kind of give us a little update about what's going on there on the ground from his end. And then right after that, we'll kickstart the show. We're going to be speaking about, the Samuel Jackson case, the border dispute between Guinea and Liberia. And today we sort of, post up that the House of Representatives, they are going to be sending a delegation there. I don't know for what exactly, but we're going to be going into that to kind of get your feedback on the two. So let's hear from Jefferson and then keep following. Thank you so much, Jefferson.
Yes, so basically, as in fact, the most trending news right now is the news from Lufa. As you may be aware, this Guinea and Lufa, this Guinea Liberia border tension continues to mount after talks were being held on yesterday uh, amongst the three African states to include Liberia, Guinea, and Sierra Leone, and with Ivory Coast being there as an observing nation. Well, we received information that, in fact, from the foreign ministry, that the foreign minister herself posted, and there were some, reports coming in also that the meeting was fruitful and everything was okay. The conversations were wonderful, and that Guinea and, in fact, each member state will respect each other, and also that the Liberia immigration will continue to patrol the borders, making sure that all is in tight. However, this morning, we started again receiving reports and seeing images and videos on social media circulating, uh, you know, with Guinean soldiers coming back to Solomba entry point there, and there were this chopper, the helicopter, Guinea that landed, dropped in Liberia, and I mean, so it has sparked serious attention. There are images coming from Foya, Lofa County, where we see that the Guinean soldiers have asked the residents there to leave the area, and and relocate. And then just an hour ago, there is also a video circulating where the immigration bus is having conversation with the Guinean army and telling, what the conversation they're having there. I don't know how it will end. What are the discussions ongoing? But they're there, and the Liberian immigration officers, they are calm, but the Guineans continue to put up this resistance. But as it stands, well, we don't know how this will end. Even though there has been this conversation, this regional summit held on yesterday, just within 24 hours, and then we're hearing this news again coming from that part of the country. Well, we hope that all is well. And then the president, I think there was some contradiction. I think that then there needs to be serious coordination there at the executive mansion, because information that are coming from over there should be factual. It should not be information that will come out then later on you take them down and what have you. Because Liberians are looking up to the press secretary for factual information. To date, there has not been an official statement, from E-Mansion regarding yesterday. But earlier this afternoon, the press secretary, or Minister of Information, Gerald Mipia, had a press conference, still maintaining that, well, all is in tight. Liberia, Guinea, Sierra Leone had conversations, had a meeting, but as it stands, the Guineans are not backing. They're not backing off. They continue to come in to clinch the land belonging to Liberia. So that's the latest Samuel Jackson case. Yes, as you stated, he was released. He's gone home after 48 hours. He was released well, I've charged. That is why we're trying to know why was he released without charged, and what were the conversations. Those even though we're waiting on the police for investigation. The case regarding Brian McGill, well, being set free, finding him not guilty, the parents asking through their lawyer, Councillor Gong, who is a seasoned lawyer, asking for the full autopsy file or report. That is a case that we need to make serious follow-up on. And we hope to, well, go to NOFA to see what is actually happening, as lawmakers are expected to go there on Friday. We hope to have the opportunity to travel with them to actually get first-hand information and hands-on information from that part of the country. Sidiki.
Yeah, Jefferson, thanks so much for that update. It's highly appreciated from the end. But look, Jefferson, let's start off by this, you know, comment you just closed out with about the lawmakers, members of the House of Representatives, sending a delegation to the border where the Guinean soldiers are. And to my knowledge, I watched a short clip today where the immigration officers of Liberia went to engage with the military folks from Guinea around that border, and but that that did not solve the issue, right? So
Mm,
coming up this evening, hearing the speaker, and that of members, particularly the speaker because he's the head of that body, right?
yeah.
Talking about sending a delegation there, Jefferson. What are they going there to do exactly? What I thought the house should be calling the defense minister, the chief of staff of the armed forces, or the security advisor to give them an update about what is going on, what they can do as legislators to assist them, to get that issue resolved. Even though the president traveled to Conakry yesterday, they had a successful meeting based on the photos that we saw on the social media, the commitment, book all of them sound, the three countries leaders, Sierra Leone, Liberia, and Guinea, right? So
Mm,
coming now to this news, Jefferson, that the house is sending a delegation there. What what are they going to do exactly? Because
mm,
at the end of the day, Jefferson, if these guys take a trip to Lofa, trust me, it will not be free.
mm.
They will request for additional money. What for gasoline, special operational funds, I know DSA, I don't know how they can call it, the money to put in our
Yeah.
pocket. You know, so what are they going there to do? Why can't they call the defense minister and the rightful authorities, right? The head of
Mm-hmm.
the immigration boss. They have that right to call these people to brief them and kind of recommend to them what actually they can do in a capacity as legislators. Instead of sending a delegation, what are you going there to do?
Mm,
You know, According to information, Jefferson, the immigration officers that went to engage with the Guinean soldiers today, the Guinean soldier told them that, look, we are taking instructions straight from Conakry.
yeah.
So even if the delegation from the house go there tomorrow, so what are they going? What's different is going to for me, Rachel Kuhn is not doing a good job. And probably that's why you're so desperate to take onto this position so that he can continue to do some of the things that he's doing. It's not making any sense at all that they will have to send a delegation there. You are not security personnel. You know, not you think Guinea don't have legislators? They do, but have you seen any of them at that border to say they're coming to
Mm,
the Liberia or they're talking to our soldiers? No. You see, so you leave that to the security personnel, right? The security authority. We have the immigrations, we have the police, we have the military, the armed forces, right? So why
mm,
can't you call the head of these different security agency to ask them questions to give you a briefing? And by the way, I'm told that the president called both the House of Representatives and the Senate to give them an update about what is going on around our border side. Even a senator was on a trip yesterday to Conakry. I don't know, Momo Cyrus from
Yeah,
Norfolk.
yes.
Yeah,
It's chair on defense and intelligence.
thank you. He was on a trip yesterday to go to Conakry. So why is it that these guys are putting themselves? Richard Kuhn is not, and this is the same Richard Kuhn who advised members of the House of Representatives to wear yellow suit and go to the Freeport of Liberia to go set up a yellow machine. And right
Mm.
after that, they went to the executive mansion, to go say thank you to Joseph Parker. And this is wrong. So I don't know what's your take on this, Jefferson, but I don't think it made any sense because it would have made no difference, right? So now that you will go there and then these people will automatically return to Conakry, they'll put a flare down and all of that. The president traveled yesterday to Conakry, met with the Guinean president. Surprisingly to all of us today, we saw the presence of the Guinean soldiers at the La Brensa hosting a flare, and you speak of Rachel Kuhn. You put your people together, so you're going there tomorrow to go to what? So I don't know what's your take on this, Jefferson. You can come in and chime on this.
Well, similar questions are being raised currently since this information came out. Similar questions now, and these are conversations. These are thoughts pondering in the minds of Liberians. They're asking, in fact, what is it? What are they going to do? That, in fact, the major question, in fact, they're asking. Some of them are concerned about the time. I mean, the date. Why Friday? Why, since this matter is a delicate one, is there's serious tension, why will you delay until Friday? Why not make it an emergency to go quickly? And then if you want to go there, what are you going to do there? What specifically are you going to do? Since, in fact, because the thing is, they're going to the border. Okay, going to the border, who are you going to meet? The lawmakers. Who are you going to talk to? The President Jeff from Guinea. The president had a meeting with his Guinean counterpart, along with Sierra Leone and Ivory Coast. So, what are you lawmakers? They said for us to give you free gasoline. So these are questions Liberians are asking, to give you free gasoline again, to burn gasoline and pay for the time that you're going over there, because they believe that there's nothing the lawmakers are going to do over there. And in fact, that since the chair on defense and intelligence went over there, Momo Cyrus, what has he said so far about the situation? What is what is security doing about it? So these are questions. They're just concerned that, but the thing is, since Richard Kuhn declared himself publicly as a regime speaker, whatever he does now, whatever he says, we just Liberians will see him as a unity party speaker, a government speaker, a regime speaker, not a speaker of the people, of Liberia. But it's a form of, but regime speaker going to do what? What are you going to do? What are you going to tell the people? When the president went there, the people had meeting just within 24 hours. The same people that had meeting with, the president gave instruction to his men, because his men are saying, well, it is our leader who's giving us instruction. He told us to come here. So, but it's just, what are they actually going to do? That in communication that they're going to speak with, said during the trip, the lawmakers are expected to hold discussions with local leaders and residents with the aim of identifying key issues and exploring practical ways to ease the situation. The authority described the mission as part of the legislature's broader effort to promote peace, stability, and this is all from a showmanship. Going to have meeting with local leaders, and as what? The community people, as what? The people you go and have meeting where you go engage, they're in love. What are they going to say to you? What are you going to say to them? So it's just a form of showmanship headed by Regime Speaker Richard Kuhn, Siliki.
Look, Rachel Kuhn, look, I will say this to you, Jefferson. I did hear you speaking about I don't know, the chair on defense, Momo Sarah,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know, and I'm not a supporter of Yombly, right? I'm not a
Mhm.
supporter of her, but to be frank with you, Yombly is doing a great job at the level of the Senate than Rachel Kuhn. Rachel Kuhn is he seems to be a desperate guy who wanted this job so desperately, and now he has a job and he's not doing nothing good with it, right? He's just passing all around the place. This is the
Yeah,
same Rachel Kuhn guy who went to JFK, I can remember, and promising, making unrealistic promise to the people how he's going to increase the budget of JFK to $20 million. You know, JFK, Rachel Kuhn rather is too over ambitious. You know, and what he's doing, the UP people, they don't get a buzz to checkmate him. You know,
mm,
what is Rachel Kuhn going to do to that bowler? What is he going to do there? I don't get it. And the fact of the matter here is that if you really check behind that stuff, Jefferson, he's
mm.
not. They would not take an initiative. So you know what? This is a serious crisis. Let transfer ourselves. Let's take out of everything and go there and go see and go talk to these people. Nothing. Nothing. It will be the
Yeah,
government money again. They will be spending, giving it
yeah.
some power.
But yeah,
You
obviously,
see?
obviously, because and I'm looking at extra budget coming up for that trip.
Of
Obviously.
course. Of course. So Richard, and this is the same bulk of these people on Facebook, as well as the United Party guys. They were supporting the Rachel Kumbi. As if to say it's in a difference. I'm not a supporter of the former speaker, Funati Kofa, right? But
Hmm.
Rachel Kumbi is not any better than Funati. See what he's doing now. You should be calling the head of the different security agency in the country. You know, the armed forces of Liberia, the chief of staff, the police director, for example, the immigration boss. You should be calling these people to brief you, to give you a preview and what they can do to assist. You know, what sort of help they need from you. That's the emergency meeting right now you should be having. But you wake up, you say you put in a team of delegation together to go visit the border, to talk to the Guinean soldier. Eh? You think the Guinean soldiers are dumb people? You think they're going to listen to you without getting instruction from the president? They don't work for you. The people who work for you, like Ahmed, like the people you should be calling. Like the bosses you should be calling, right? Guinea
Yeah.
soldiers are not working for you, Wechekun. But you put in a whole delegation together. But again, I saw that post this evening, Jefferson. It was so interesting. And, and thank God you brought it up. But it is what it is, folks. So we're going to be taking two set of calls. At the end of the first 1 hour, we'll take call from Liberia. Then the end of the second 1 hour, we'll take call from Liberia. But we'll still have a minute to go. Now let's go to uh, the Samuel Jackson case. So as all of you are aware, right? Mr. Jackson has been in police custody for I think 3 days, right, Jefferson?
Yeah.
For
48 hours.
3 days,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, for 3 days. So he been to the police headquarters, and they've been going to his house to do forensic assessment. Uh, you know, putting some sticker to the crime scene by the LNP. I'm told that yesterday they were able to conduct the autopsy. I'm not sure the result has. They've come up with the result. And today the 48 hours expired, and maybe the police didn't have any charge to put against him. But investigation is still ongoing. So this evening, I just listened to the question part of that interview. The police had a interview this evening, and I think a journalist asked a questions about security presence at Samuel Jackson house. And the police confirmed that yes, it's still a crime scene, so they still have officers there to Mr. Jackson house, and he's not allowed to enter the house without being accompanied with the police, by the police rather.
Mm,
So that means Samuel Jackson will not be sleeping to his house.
mm.
Uh, Before you go to your house, the police will have to accompany him to go, maybe if he gets something to take there. But he's still a suspect. They are still carrying on an investigation. and his team of lawyers, they've already hired a pathologist to do another autopsy. That's the information we are getting also, so that they too can be able to establish, to have their own autopsy done. Because I'm not sure his lawyer was represented with the autopsy that they carried on yesterday, because there was some communication on the internet, lawyer requesting that the police should push the date for the autopsy a little bit longer due to not being informed. But the police went ahead and conducted the autopsy. So today was a 48-hour, the 48 hours came to an end. So they had to release him today. So now he's home. So we don't know what's next. The police said that they are still carrying on that investigation. So we're going to wait and see what's going to happen in the coming days. Today's just Tuesday. Maybe they're going to call him back tomorrow, Wednesday, or not tomorrow is Wednesday, by the way, but Thursday, Friday, or whatever it is. But we're still looking up to that. And that's why it's not good, Jefferson, for people to run into conclusion. And it seems that in Liberia, every one of us seems to be an expert in everything, right? So whenever conversations spark up, whether it has to do with death, health issues, security issues, and what have you, everybody wants to have a say, especially being too quick to run a judgment on other people. So let's wait for the police final conclusion on this matter. So we just wanted to let all of you know that Samuel Jackson is he was released today to his lawyers, and the police will call them back whenever they see it necessary. But they said that they are still carrying on the investigation. So right after the investigation, they will give a full report, whether they're going to give him some charge, send him to court, or whether they will just release him and just give us an update because of the death. Now they are doing the autopsy and all of that. Yeah, but Jefferson, you can chime in on that, and let's know how you see that too from your end.
Yeah, certainly. And so, just as we stated this morning, we've said this is good that, and we applaud the police, for the step they've taken. The first thing is to launch an immediate investigation into this matter, because this has to do with a death-related case or murders, as someone will call it. I don't want to. I'm looking for the choice of words to use, and so looking at the circumstances surrounding or leading to her death, with the bruises on her face and in her eyes as well, and the cut on the top of her head, and the police previously asked for any sharp instrument that was found, if there was any sharp instrument found in the room where the late Jackson's wife was lying, but till date, we've not received any report of such. There has been nothing reported of such, like there was instrument there and what have you. And so that is another thing. And I listen to many people, even today. I listen to somebody saying a friend who was friendly with this lady, and she said, in fact, because she's married, so the friend sent her all those photos. And one thing I still continue to ask: how did all of those photos came out? How did they surface on social media and say, oh, so I said, do not believe anything somebody will say. This is it's a high profile case, not just case you talk about. We're talking about a foreigner. So if it's South African, so if these kind of things are being discussed and somebody say, oh yes, the man used to beat, or the man used to beat. If the man used to beat, you knew all of these things, and the lady in question, peace be to her arches, somebody says she leaked all the photos, she sent them out. So all alone she sent them out. Nobody could have sent them out. But after 48 hours, Samuel Jackson has been released without any charge, because according to police RG, if really respected all of his rights, his statutory rights as a citizen, and of course, so even though he is a suspect, but whatever they would have found, he would have been pushed to or sent to court. But well, as it stands, nothing on him yet, so they had to set him free. For now, they had to not set him free, but release him from detention, and he has now gone back home. But we will see. Wait for the autopsy to see how far it go. If it is conducted properly and all of the findings are out, we want to know the cause of the death of Mr. Jackson's wife.
Absolutely, and this is what everybody is asking for. And to be honest with you, Jefferson, when this stuff occurred, not so many people really thought it was taking this trend, right? Where the police will have to go get Samuel Jackson arrested, call him for investigation, and now he's a person of interest. He's been with the police for 3 days and all of that. So not a lot of people expected this, to be frank with you. But again, the photos that were coming up, people accusing
Yeah,
him of domestic violence, the police going to the hospital to inspect the body, and what they were able to see on the body of the late wife of Samuel Jackson, all these things brought up about this whole investigation stuff, but we have to wait and see what the police will put together at the end of this process. But another thing again, Jefferson. So
mhm,
that evening, when the police went to check or search the home of Mr. Jackson, he resisted, right? So while resisting, there was a police officer outside called Salif. So he pointed at Salif and say that he killed the man's father, and here is him. We kill your father during the war, right? So
yeah,
that is another whole debate again that is waiting for Samuel Jackson after
mhm,
the case. You see, so the people just waiting because just yesterday, Mr. Padmo and I were here, and he was sharing his personal relationship uh, with the individual Samuel Jackson was referring to. I think they have some family relationship and all of that. And the man got Mason since during the war. And for somebody to come up since about 20 to 25 years ago, Jefferson, for somebody to come out say whether the man is dead, still alive, they didn't know, right? So for somebody to
yeah,
come out and say, we killed your father yesterday, that the man are referring to, said that was
yeah,
Samuel Jackson. So they have to wait for this police investigation to finish, and then maybe to the family of that officer can push forward and say they're going to take him to court, and it will be another problem. And that's why people say when you're angry, you have to restrain yourself, and forget about certain things. But Mr. Jackson was writing too much on Facebook, especially the way he responded to the police when they went there that evening to do the search. But unfortunately resisted, and then started attacking the police officers. But Jefferson, we can take the first segment of the call. We have 10
yeah.
minutes to end the first 1 hour. So we can take the first segment of the call. Let the callers give an input on the two key topics we've talked about: the issues at the bowler, the
Mhm.
speaker, uh, deciding to take a delegation there with him, and that of the Samuel Jackson case. So
Yeah,
call us and share your input on what you think about these things we've talked about. Right after the 10 minutes, we'll go back to the second segment of the show. Thank you.
you can call us on 0777 959 959 0777 959 959. We're discussing the situation in Foya between Liberia and Guinea, as the Guineans have been redeployed in that part of the country after after discussions with the 3 African states, well, following that discussion, Liberian thought this will have been resolved, but then there is a different news currently as we speak. The flag of Guinea is now being hosted at the same point, the same Solomba port of entry in Foya, Lofa County. What do you make of this? 0777 959 959 0777 959 959. We're also discussing Samuel Jackson's release earlier by the Liberian National Police. This person, good evening. Good evening, you're live. You need to know where you call from. Yes, you need to know where you call from. Welcome, Jerry. From Clay Street. Go ahead. Go ahead. Mm. Mm-hmm.
And he said when you went there, he met the nurse and the 3 other people. He met them, spoke to them, he went and opened the door. When he opened the door, he saw the word light and full of blood.
Mm.
And then when they asked me the question, he said, what he did after that, he said, the wife was making a lot of time. So he needed to go on the woman before calling the people in Dala.
Mm.
And they took the woman to the hospital. The same day in the hospital say, I'm not coming with anything.
Any official report? Yes.
Yeah. When I die for an hour or die after certain time in the hospital.
Okay, thank you. Let's take other people. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, brother. How are you?
We're good. Yanino, where you join us from?
This is Fufana. I said it off from atmosphere.
Welcome, Fufana. Quickly.
My video has to do to report on.
Okay.
Actually, yesterday, 16 was the meeting upon a dream when the 3 head of state met and discussed. But before that time, Guinea has already sent its supreme order. That is what was currently 2 hours ago, we got that information that the Guinean Army Chief of Staff have called upon the troops to retreat from that area.
Okay. If the information you're giving us, if it is right, we'll verify that. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Good evening. Welcome.
Willie, thank you all so much. You to the analysts and to the Liberian people as well. My name is Leon. Next year, and I call you from Grand Chima County.
Welcome, Leon.
So there are things that I'm not expecting on I want to discuss.
Go ahead.
Because for Guinea, our president from Liberia went in Guinea and met with Tumuya. Like, if you see the video, you realize that they were working here.
Yeah.
With the man that they had discussed already, they were coming to get a proper result. So there is a look at them coming in. What I'm thinking on again is that the way Sierra Leone president took over, it was illegal because quite recently, we know what happened there. And that's the same thing with Guinea president. Because the men subdue all of those guys who were very influential to go for election in Guinea, he subdue all of them to that place the way he keep up. So, our president group, we decided to go for election 2029. So, there shouldn't be a government there that want to stabilize everything so that they
No.
go election for a whole region now.
No, I don't think that will happen in Liberia.
Why would the president go and meet with Tumuya with the veto to come
Okay.
Why is it that the lawmaker who does not have power decide to follow what means people who are armed to come? So they cannot be on the one who use people money to say we went for something. Why are they going to go to war? What they get is because
no, according to the information, they're going to meet when they, on their, in fact, on the trip they will engage local leaders. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Good evening. Welcome.
Yeah, hello.
You're live. Your name, where you join us from? Person cheer from where? Newtown. Go ahead. Mm. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. 0777 959 959 0777 959 959. The program you're listening to is LIB Future TV here on Kia Radio 95.9. On the first segment, we're looking at the Guinea-Liberia tension as it continues to arise in Foya, Lofa County. And of course, Samuel Jackson has been released from Central Court. Good evening. Welcome, Fire. Certainly.
We suffer a lot of war in the political conflict. That's the people who are responsible for the back for those things to be settled now. Because if it can't happen, to go out of it, and we don't want it to be happening.
Thank you so much for your point. Good evening. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello, your name, where you call from?
I'm Nina Nesco calling from the district.
Welcome, ma'am. Let's go.
Yeah, the color issue, they're very hard to handle it carefully. Because I don't know why Guinea will be crossing all the time. Water between we and you. So why is it that you will be crossing from outside to come on this side? And so they won't know that they cross. The president went there and discussed with the president, but I don't know that the people side they want send message over to them that they should remain on their side. The crossing to bring make the people afraid to start fighting it looks so bad. And then kind of Samuel Jackson the issue. Okay. Samuel Jackson, when he behaved to the police, they were looking fishy. Because the police, something happened in your house. And the way the woman died, according to you, the way you dare your wife. So if you ask anybody in the house, for the started abusing, attacking the other police today, and that police was so kind. I can be, somebody telling me, saying, I kill your father or this, that, really, and you just stay there, that name is a good thing. What would you see? So, then they really look in the case on Samuel Jackson. We're not saying you don't want to get weapon, but we just wonder, then they do your something, and then we know how they did it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your point. 0777 959 959. We're taking calls on the first segment. All right, so let's go back to CDK.
We can take one more call if we get a call. If not, we can just go to the second segment.
Yeah, let's just move ahead. Okay, let me just squeeze this person in. Yeah. Good evening.
Yes, how you doing, sir?
We're good. Your name, where you join us from?
My name is Andy. I'm calling from
Famuma. Welcome, Andy.
Yes. The Ebola issue there, I want for Nigerian government to settle there. Because recently we see the Ebola people were training and running here. It's not the 2 hours. And we're talking about Ebola issues every day. The Guineans there are facing to us for their land business. So this is so serious.
Did you say did you say for their land?
Yeah, but I know what they there for.
They said their land, but the land is in Liberia. So is it their land? Mm. I think you could have said for land business rather than their land business. For land business will be okay.
For land business, yeah, yes, sir. For land business. If anything we do, they not clarify where they need to come to the government and discuss with them, but they never do it. They're taking that type of precaution. We're sitting down here every day we're talking about it, so the government find way for it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, we will not take calls. We go back. Sidiki, you listen to both of the callers. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to say thank you to all of the callers. I think they were positive, especially with the issue of the speaker leading a delegation to go
Yeah.
to the border. And that's something like when people are getting smart. You're not they gonna continue now who where you just do anything you expect. But again, the courage to stand up, that's a challenge sometimes. But it's okay. I think we're getting there small. But the speaker, I don't know, it's a waste of time. I wish the president, saying he called himself the regime speaker, I wish the president could call him and just speak with him, and kind of let him know that it's not necessary, for him to go over there with delegation, especially to engage with the Guinean soldiers. It's a risk they will even be taking, right? It's a risk. Yeah. So I don't know what Richard Point is thinking. That guy, I don't know, but some people power can get to their head too much about Jefferson. But let's talk about this. They seen Guinea and Liberia border issue yesterday, Jefferson.
Yeah.
And everything seems to be like a politics in Liberia. And so while the president was on the way to Guinea for that meeting, we saw some seditions posting that former President Weah, called the president of France, even though France and Guinea, even though France and Guinea now got no close relationship, right? And so now you want to lie, but you don't even know how to do a lie, right? Some of them, because they think Guinea is a French-speaking country, and Liberia is an English-speaking country. Liberia and the U.S. share a special relationship, so they just assume that France and Guinea, they share similar relationships, same as Liberia, and the U.S. share a very special relationship. So they just assume that in a man, and they get on the internet, posting that thank you, President Weah, for intervening to settle the border dispute between Guinea and Liberia, for calling Emmanuel Macron, who promised that he will call the Guinean president to talk to him. And, complete joke. Until later in the evening yesterday, Jefferson, the office of the former president, through his chief of staff, Eugene Nambe, issued a statement distancing himself that the former president never placed a call to Emmanuel Macron about any issue that has to do with both Guinea and Liberia. And he's looking for, and that was the most effective and mature communication coming from the office of the former president. Because, mind you, we have a certain government that should be responsible to resolve whatsoever issues that we are faced with. So these people, they say they let we are, but they are putting we are in a Bible. And that's how we are had to come and issue the statement that they issued yesterday in the evening hour. And not just ordinary people were posting these things, Jefferson. High-ranking members of the CDC, die-hard supporters that all of us know, the likes of Kev Hassan, the former Deputy Minister for Youth and Sport, Azedo, and I think the Deputy Minister at Public Work, Jefferson Chelsea. Yeah, these are the people who were posting yesterday, going on spoon talk, lying that the former president called the French president, to talk to the Guinean president so that they can resolve the issue and all of that. But at the end of the day, the office of the so it seems that we are too focused on politics, and it brings back again to the issue of not wanting to have a say in everything Jefferson. Like bring people every conversation that spark up on the internet want to have a say in it. So I don't know how you see that, but most of them, the Jefferson, uh, as a do, even including Kev Hassan, the issue and apologies on a page that they were misinformed and all of that. I know they were not misinformed. If the office of the president, former president, are not going to issue that statement, they are still going to stand by what they say. But
Yeah,
what do you think out of that, Jefferson?
it's just things that we were saying. Well, you can uh you with it is not about you know politics. The situation in Liberia between Liberia and Guinea, it should not be politicized. It should be looked at holistically as a nation, as a people. We should all focus our attention on the kinds of messages we will preach. I mean, okay, if former President Weah spoke with Macron, well, good for the nation. But in a case where it didn't happen at all, that the former president even had to come, had to post and clarify that, in fact, there has not been any form of communication, between him and that of Macron. No, then I think it's wrong, right? It's
Yeah.
wrong. We should not let our egos and what have you. I mean, what is the big deal? Like, okay, former President Weah spoke to Macron, and so that the entire situation. Okay, so it's a shame and disgrace on those politicians who believe that, well, it is only George Weah who can make this country or make things work. No, let us not dwell on that path. We should not dwell on that path, because if you continue to show yourself as if to say, yeah, it is only George Weah who can make things work, and as a do, I mean, you were at the Ministry of Information dissemination. You should
Oh,
understand how
you've been,
these things work. I mean,
yeah,
sorry, youth and sports. Yeah,
yeah,
youth and sports. So you should understand as a former government official how information dissemination works, how it goes. The way you propagate the message, sometimes it leads to something. Now you're making you on the other hand, you might be putting George Weah, former President George Weah, and has Zoom with Emmanuel Macron, because if Macron has seen this and said, "But when did George Weah call me? When did we speak?" That his supporters or Liberians will be saying that he and I had a conversation on the situation in Liberia, between Liberia and Guinea, when even Guinea and myself, we didn't even get that thing. I mean, let's be careful with the desperation for power. It's just so high that people want to play politics with every little thing, forgetting about the aftermath of it. Portraying George Weah as what? Just stop it. This is Liberia. Liberia does not belong to one political institution. That is, if not Unity Party, that George Weah, that CDC. Just stop that thing. Liberians are not looking into that. Okay? So,
I agree. I
Jefferson,
agree with you.
they should stop it. They should stop these kinds of politicking, Sidiki. Yeah.
I agree with you, Jefferson. And again, I believe that if the Liberian people will re-elect the CDC Council 29, it should be based on the work they've done in the past, right? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
just as Mr. Cummings always, you know, uh, making it clear, right? We are opposition to the government, but we are not wishing the government to fail. we want the government to succeed, because if the government succeed, Liberians will benefit. Even if it makes it difficult for Cummins or the person we believe in to take the leadership of the country, that's okay, because it will push everybody to work harder, right? So our demand is for the government to work hard to improve the lives of the Liberian people. To make sure that when people or school going children, or school going, or adults graduate from university, they can have a job to do, right? So that the basic services that are lacking in the country, the citizenry can have access to it, such as electricity, water, security, internet, and so forth. That is our prayer. So if the government can work hard and provide these things, and on the opposite side, it makes it difficult for the opposition to win election, the opposition will have to work harder, right? To make a strong case to surpass what the government is doing. And if that happens, Jefferson, we will see two things. You will not see anybody just waking up and say they won't be president of Liberia. You know, and what you will see when you say you want to be president, you will be talking about things the government has done. You will be talking about more than what the government has done that you will do in order to convince the voters. So our differences and criticism should be on the issues, should not be based on propaganda. And unfortunately, CDC is not the only one who do this, even the Unity Party folks. But right now, we'll call the CDC people out, for carrying fake news that George Weah called President Macron. Even if George Weah called Macron, so what? Eh? What's the relationship between France? Do you know how many years the relationship between France and Guinea is not strong as many people think, or the so-called propagandists who are running around with that thing? They don't even get these are basic research you should be doing before even coming out with these kind of things, But quickly, Jefferson, a few weeks ago, I saw a notice on Facebook that the chairman of the ombudsman, Councillor, I don't know, Finde Kanga, was involved with some corruption allegations. I saw that on Variety News. I think Martin owns that, right? So I saw that, and with some documentation, audio recordings, between him and the folks that Martin was accusing. And Martin continuously posted about him, Finde Kanga. I remember Councillor Finde Kanga used to be a very active lawyer during the CDC regime, in the sense that whenever members of the Council of Patriarch, will go for protests and they are arrested, and he will go there and offer his service on a pro bono, ensuring that the rights of all Liberians to assemble and protest and demand for the right thing to be done, and he will do that. That's what I got to know him. So that pressure was behind the allegation of corruption, receiving kickback, and so few days later, after that pressure, we saw a letter of resignation, so that he can be able to face the allegations that were labeled against him. And I think the president accepted. And what is so confusing about this, Jefferson, that I want us to share a little light on is that whenever other people, in the government, who are not real Unity Party people, they're accused of corruption, for example, they don't get to resign, right? The president will suspend them to say, oh, go and face an investigation. And when your name is clear, we'll reinstate you. Or sometimes they suspend these people, they don't even reinstate, even if the investigation cleared their name. This lady who used to work at, I think, I don't know, Noka. I know that it's Noka.
Noka. Russell Swakoko Dennis.
Swakoko, yeah. Her name was cleared up.
Former district representative.
Exactly. So they clear her name, but she's yet to be reinstated. You see? So Other people, she was suspended. They didn't allow her to resign as Fine Kanga is doing, as Amin Moda did, right? Amin Moda only was not corruption, but he misappropriated and same things they criticized yesterday. I'm told they asked him in the back to resign instead of suspending him. So why is the president suspending, asking Fine Kanga to Councillor Fine Kanga to resign instead of suspending him to face the corruption allegations that is against him? Is it because he was an opposition lawyer yesterday when the UP was in opposition, and so they don't want to publicly disgrace him and all of that. But it's a serious concern. He resigned a few days ago. The president accepted his resignation, and now I'm seeing some reports that the current acting head or chairperson of the ombudsman is, cautioning the public that Fine Kanga is not the head of that agency, of that body. And by the way, the office of the ombudsman is there to make sure that the code of conduct is protected, even though this there are a lot of officials in the government have violated the code of conduct. And the code of conduct basically, against people holding positions in the political parties at the same time holding key government positions. For example, the head of the LPRC is the current Secretary General of the Unity Party, Amos Twine, and he's the managing director for LPRC. You see that? And who else again? Colonel Kra. She holds a big position in the Unity Party, and she's the Minister of Sport, Youth and Sport. You see? So many of them are named, even this guy from LTA, Patrick Hona. Yeah. So let's go to the to Fine Kanga issue. I don't know if you heard about it, but he resigned some part of last week, due to some corruption allegations against him. What is your take on this, Jefferson?
So certainly he resigned, and as a matter of fact, like I stated on one of the editions here on the platform regarding the ombudsman, the head of the ombudsman, Councillor Fine Kanga, his special assistant, a friend that I know like that, he had previously complained, here about he not even here, but personally confided in me, and he complained prior to to this discussion, to the current reality about Councillor Fine Kanga, and in fact the entire ombudsman, the building, the way they operate there, and the activities of the former head of the ombudsman, Fine Kanga, talking about salary payment and all those things. So when you are appointed at an integrated institution, especially that of the ombudsman, which strongly speaks against the code of conduct, people holding public offices and they are still serving party positions, you should be a man or a person of integrity when you're over there. But it is just the other way around, where Councillor Kanga has been, holding salaries of asking his assistant to, give him portion of his benefits, salaries, and what have you. But just almost an hour ago, there's a release from the office of the ombudsman. I don't know whether you've come across that. When in fact this man is supposed to be ever since he spoke, the last time he spoke about this, people who are in still holding party positions, they are party executives, but they're holding public positions, public offices, should resign. He named Amos Twere, he named, other government officials and several of them that I know from the National Transit Authority. You have Toga Melvin Cephas, who is the deputy for administration there. He's the youth chair of the Unity Party, but he's still there. And then you have other people as well from the youth league and from the party. They're still serving. So since he called them out, he singled them out, they're yet to resign, even though these were the very things that these Unity Party people campaigned against. They spoke against when CDC was in power. They spoke against these things. But this is something that just came from the office of, it's a public notice from the office of the Ombudsman. It says, Councillor Kanga is not authorized to conduct official business or represent the office of the Ombudsman in any capacity. Public notice. The office of the Ombudsman informed the general public that the services of Councillor Finlay Kanga as chairman of the office of the Ombudsman ended on March 10, 2026, following the submission of his resignation and its acceptance by the President of the Republic of Liberia, Joseph Newman Boaga, His Excellency. Consequently, Councillor Kanga no longer holds the position of chairman and is not authorized to conduct official business or represent the office of the Ombudsman in any capacity. The public is therefore advised that any person or institution engaging with him in matters relating to the office of the Ombudsman does so at their own risk. All official communications and engagements with the office should be directed through the Secretariat issued by authority of the Board of Commissioners, signed Secretariat, Board of the Ombudsman, Republic of Liberia, today, March 17, 2026. That is the latest coming from the office, from the board there, governing the office of the Ombudsman. But I don't know where this is coming from, and I don't know what they are trying to portray there, you know, coming out of a public notice and letting the public, telling the public not to do business with Councillor Finlay Kanga. What is happening, even though he resigned and the president received or accepted his resignation, but why would the office put up a release like this, a public notice like this, you know, as if to say there is something sinister, there's something more deeper than even the resignation? I mean, we hope to know the actual, you know, cause of this, the reason behind this notice of letting the people. But like I said, many people believe that that office should be an office of integrity, because you cannot be over there and then you have some corruption scandal. We hope that whatever there are allegations of, you know, financial malpractices, whatever it is, if he's been singled out and then sent been sent to the LACC, there should be thorough investigation. We hope that the matter will be handled, and all that is required to be done will be done according to the law. Siliki.
Yeah, I saw that statement too, not too long, and that's what actually caught my attention. I was able to brought it up. So they are saying that he's not acting in an office, like they're making disclaimer, like he been impersonating or something like that. So if the man is accused of corruption, you're not suspending back, you know, and you're telling him to resign, and now you're impersonating. Because how that statement come across on Jefferson, right? Because they may resign publicly. They may
That's
resign
what we're
publicly.
asking. What's going on?
Yeah, and the president accepted the man resignation. So to come up again and say the man not acting in that position, you know, I don't know what's going on, but you know, but let's go to something else, Jefferson. Let's see. Let me check here on the list. We've spoken about the Samuel Jackson issue, the border stuff, the delegation to the border this weekend by Speaker Rachel Kuhn. We've spoken about that. What is again? Yeah, Jefferson, you can be going on. Let me check on the laser quick. Not seeing my list.
Okay. All right. So, fellow Liberians, you're listening to LIB Future TV here on 95.9. Several issues we've been discussing this evening on today's edition of the conversation. Uh, we've talked. This is all about Liberia, and this is what we'll continue to talk about. We will not stop talking. We'll continue to engage the Liberian people through this medium. This is the only
Okay.
means we can talk through. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Jefferson, I wanted to ask you a quick question, man. Is it true that the Guinean soldier asked the resident of the border to leave the town?
Well, that is an information. Several media institutions and online platforms, so to speak, have been reporting that, well, the Guinean soldiers asked the residents, especially those around the Solomba port of entry there, to relocate. And we saw images coming in where, people were leaving with their suitcases and bundles on their heads and what have you. And I saw a video. I think she spoke in one local vernacular there, a little in English, but it wasn't that clear. She was trying, and the journalist, in fact, the person who was doing the recording said, "Well, why you didn't take your children's bag or your children's clothes, but you have to take clothes? You didn't carry your children, but you're taking suitcase. Why have you? Why would you do that?" So I saw her leaving as well, and she was kind of like, and then at the border there, you see people, all their suitcases are all packed, and it's as if they were ready to leave. Yeah, they were ready to leave, Sidiki.
Wow,
Mhm.
that's interesting. And also, too, what about the situation with this gas crisis, though? Are you seeing any, you know, like the gas stations being crowded? Is there any change in terms of transportation fare? Because today, I think the Minister of Information, during his press briefing, he sent a warning to the Cambos about the increment in price, uh, contrary to what the government has given a few days ago. So, are you seeing anything like that, like the gas station? Because whenever we're having a gas shortage, all the gas stations will be crowded, right? People will be carrying gallon to get, especially can bus and we can sell around the road, outside the road, and you will see a
Well,
long line to every gas stations, and then subsequently you will see incrementing transportation fare. Are you guys
well,
experiencing?
over the weekend, I still maintain there was one filling station connects where there were influx of vehicles. Number of them just parked waiting because there has been this reported shortage of gasoline on the market, and in fact, the prices that have been high, the prices are increased. Prices have increased now. The price of gasoline has now gone up to $900, some 910, and then other people are selling it 950. Like today, our reporter spoke with some keke riders, tricycle riders, and they were even giving their own, telling their own stories. In fact, that yes, indeed, the price just jumped to 900. They used to buy 690, 680, 700, but it just went up strictly to 900. And when they are trying to, add little on their transportation fare, then it becomes a problem for the passengers. They say, well, we can't pay that money. And so they'll be compared to carrying them because they cannot continue to run their vehicles, just like that. But it's a fact, prices have increased. The price of gasoline and fuel oil, they've increased. Petroleum now is full, gasoline is $4, $4.59. Yes, I think I got it correct. $4.59, and then uh, the price of fuel has also increased as well. to I think $4.20 or so. It has increased as well. So there were reports coming that some gasoline, some dealers were, they were hiding their gas. Oh, no gas. When you get gas, when you go, so no gas. So that will cause the people to stay online, especially vehicles. But I don't know if can play this audio for you to listen to today. Yes.
Yeah, please do. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You playing it because it's low.
Yeah, so just today, our reporter went out there and had conversation with some of these, motorists, especially around the Cardwell area. So the situation is, I mean, it's just getting tense every now and then, you know. Um, that's why we continue to say we can pray for war and what have you, because whatever happening in the Middle East, happening in the West affects we, Africans, as it affects the globe, it sets us back, Siliki.
Yeah, you getting me now?
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, it is because that gas stuff. In fact, somebody posted, I think 2 days ago, that they've been looking for cooking gas to so many gas stations, and they're not getting cooking gas. And somebody had to recommend to them to go on the FE before they could find one there. And they share that experience that whenever you see cooking gas being hard to see that, actually know that gas probably coming small. And
Yeah.
I've also seen some photos online where there are long queue to some gas stations, people standing in line, all of that. But I don't know, obviously, Jefferson, if the gas is hard to get, trust me, local and boys will take advantage of it. There was a time in Liberia, by the way, that 1 gallon people used to buy 5,000. People not seeing the gas. People buy 1 gallon for 5,000, and you get people who are willing to buy it. And when people buying 1 gallon for 5,000, transportation will definitely increase because
Mm-hmm.
you can't buy one gallon for 5,000 and you keep the transportation at the same cost. And the people who can
Mm-hmm.
do it, are they can buzz in, right?
Okay,
These
boys.
guys,
Yeah.
yeah, they will buy the gas and keep it. Right now, if you don't mind right now, someone already now start keeping the gas to the
Mm-hmm.
house. So as soon as it's spark up, it's confirmed. I know gas being hard, forget it. You know,
But the thing is, some of them they already had gasoline enough in their storage
yeah.
prior to this. So why the hiking price? Why you increasing your gasoline price when you already had a gas before even this situation arise? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it's an interesting thing. We hope, and this is why when the Ukraine and Iran, not Ukraine, but Iran and Israel, USA
Israel.
war
Yeah.
started. Yeah, when that war started, many of us were taking side on the internet. Some people said it for Israel, some people
Mm-hmm.
said it were for the US and all of that. Some people said it for Iran, and so forth. But the implication that comes with it, I'm not
Yeah.
sure many of us were aware of that. So right now, it is what it is, and I hope the government, because Jerry, maybe I don't know, did you attend the press briefing today from the Ministry of Information because I learned that Jeremy Pia warned the campus, not to increase the price, above the government price they've issued. Did you hear that?
Sidiki, it's not just about talking or saying it. Liberia is any government in Liberia. You will not just say something. You have to enforce what you say. It is upon the Ministry of Commerce to put out. Now it is time for the Ministry of Commerce to work. Put out your task force out there and to regulate prices. No, because this is between the Ministry of Commerce and the LPRC. So you have to put out task force out there instead of just sitting, go for one mega press briefing and you're talk blah 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 and that's all. Because if you will talk, you people will not feed it, you'll get your gas coupon and everything, you get in your car, you go. What about the ordinary people who using generators? Because LEC not stable now. Many people today I went part of it a generator. I'm Chocolate City, a generator people using over there. So LEC not stable, so people buying gasoline. So it is time for the Commerce Ministry to pull out her task force, the inspectorate teams to go out there and make sure that the price that they put out remains just like that. Anyway, you see gas price, even if it is $925, you go and tell them. So what? If you let give you reason, seize everything, arrest them, and let them pay fines in the government's covers instead of just go to Mika and they talk blah. Look, Sidiki, these officials will just talk blah 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 blah, then they finish, and we don't hear like
the truth said, Javasi, they can't even stop it. Said the only thing they can do right now is to make sure that we don't have shortage of gas in the country.
Yeah,
they should make sure the gas stations should not go out of gas. People should not be finding it difficult to get gas. Otherwise, if that is the case, the people they want it, they will increase it. And there's nothing because we don't even have a correct system in the country, Jefferson. Some of the people say will sell the gas to the house and you will get people going there to buy it. Because the thing is, you're not seeing it and you need it, right? So you're not seeing it. So if somebody get few of it and say, my man, I'm selling at the price, you will buy it because you have to use it. You see? So that's the point. But I just wanted to share an update here from my end with the ANC youth wing. Aliu Kelly had a meeting with district leaders from all of the districts across Montserrado over the weekend, and he shared this on his page that we are presiding over a high-level update session, a political audit of grassroots leadership. Each district leader's report is a diagnostic tool revealing the health of the Congress at the local level. The chairman's role, therefore, is both evaluative and directive to store these reports into a unified mandate that advance the ANC Youth Congress strategic agenda. So in the photos, you have youth leaders from all of the county, all of the districts in Montserrado. It was a great meeting. So if you are out there listening to us, you are in District 2, District 3, maybe on Monday, on our show on Monday, we'll try to get Aliu. We were supposed to host him this gone Monday, but as you all know, we are in the holy month of Ramadan, and Aliu is a Muslim. And the same time the show comes on is the same time Aliu can be breaking fast. So we were not able to get it on this gone Monday, on yesterday, right? So hopefully next week we'll try to bring Aliu on. He's doing an amazing job in Liberia. So we want to encourage all of you. If you are a Liberian, you are kind of frustrated with the two parties that are dominating or that have been dominating for 18 years, both CDC and UP, and you're looking for the third options, we want you to know that you have a home. The ANC is a party where everybody is somebody. You can contact your local leadership. Maybe when Aliu comes on, he's going to talk a lot about that, code names, designated numbers that you can reach out to in your district to participate into this process as all of us fight for the soul of our country. So basically, maybe we'll take the second segment of the course from Jefferson in there, and then we will get your feedback. So the ANC, they've started active engagement in community-based engagement. I think a week or two ago, the girls group, they kicked off that group, and the District 16 chapter had a meeting sometime this weekend too. So yes, we'll invite Ali. He will come and talk about it. Your ideas, your feedback, your experience on how all of us can work together, improve is something that we'll be looking forward to. So Jefferson, we can go to the phone line and take some calls there. Maybe the last segment of the call before we end the
Yeah.
show. So yeah.
Yeah, so just before we go, President Wakai on yesterday accepted the resignation of NEC chairperson, Madam David Ethel Brown Lasana, since she promised to resign on the 15th, which she
15.
did. Yeah, which she did, and she resigned. However, President Wakai, accepting her resignation, requested that Madam Brown Lasana continues to oversee, manage, and coordinate the affairs of the NEC through March 31 and 2026 to facilitate a seamless and orderly transition. So yes, she has resigned, but the president says she will continue to preside until so that a proper transition can take place. However, the president also stated that in keeping with the constitution and applicable statutory provisions, um, um, he will initiate the process of nominating a successor. So we don't know, even though we're hearing names. One of the names we've been hearing is Councillor Dora Musu Scott, former Chief Justice. Yes, so that is it. Well, folks, we're on the final lap of the conversation, the show here, LIB Future TV, and we finally been looking at the price of gasoline, basically in Liberia currently, where how, if you're using generator or you have vehicles, maybe you got keke or motorbike, you're running, or maybe you're using gasoline to do whatever. Uh, just tell us how much you're buying gas for currently, how much you bought your gas for currently. You can call 0777959.
And also, if it is easier to get a gas,
Yeah,
is it
yeah,
easier
yeah.
for you to get a gas?
Yes. What are the processes? Have you experienced any difficulties in getting gasoline currently? So you can call on 0777959 959 0777 959 959 081 plus 231 777 959. The price of gasoline, petroleum products, the price of it in your area, and there are reports we've been seeing, in fact, on social media, vehicles, uh, in numbers waiting for gasoline at a gas station. What have been your experience so far? And of course, the price also of transportation fare as well. Good evening. Good evening. Hello. Hello. Oh, 0777959 The price of petroleum product, the price of gasoline or fuel in your area. Reports are coming. People are saying, "Well, gas, we can't get gas. It's staying online." Etc. Let's hear from you. Good evening,
My name is Hussein Keo.
Mr. Kew. Welcome. Long time.
Yeah, thank you, there, brother. Yeah, we've been around.
Okay. Let's hear you.
So, yeah, what's this concern? Yeah, so the fact along the road, now the station along the road, gas is sold for 900, right, and some areas 950.
Okay. So you specifically you want to at least just give her.
Yeah, so I was on a ticket. I'm moving a ticket this morning around the JJY area there.
JJY.
Yeah, JJY. The gas or the gas. And the price is open the rather on the sample. It's an hour. Yeah, so many tickets and even talking about Even our coming along the different way, coming at and our conference, if you get our boy, God, and I come up to pay for it. Yes. Yeah, I know the prices are different, but one key thing is we just wicked to ourselves in this country. I don't get why people put it aside in this niche.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we have sufficient products in the country up to April, May, June, according to the government.
Oh, too bad. Yeah, too bad to sing. Good evening. Let's hear you. Welcome. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for your input. 077959959. The price of gasoline. What have been your experience so far? What? Oh, the feedback. The feedback. Please, can you walk away from the monitor? No, I can't keep you. Fuck my ears. You want to damage our ears this evening? Please, when you call, make sure you're far from your monitor, or you just cut the radio off, or you lower it to the lowest. 077 959 959 077 959 959. You tell us the price of gasoline and how. What are the processes in getting the gasoline? Good evening. You got it. Yeah, you have to lower your radio. We're getting feedback. Go ahead. Your name, please. What is your name? Okay. 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 And the fee is $1,000. Around the city, you rent driver for 930. If you get money by you get here. If you get money, get here. When you have to do one time of song, it's still now the plus. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Good evening. Welcome.
Thank you. This is Pastor Prince Kolake.
Mr. Kolake, welcome, bro.
So I'm currently for my District 5 resident, Ronnie Kolake.
Okay.
And sometimes I get constrained to call and speak on issue as such.
Okay.
If I change my tone today, only because I voted for the government during the run-up election, then I think my conscience, I won't be doing the right.
Okay.
Yet, so I've seen gasoline price raising from 700 plus, from 600 plus, and currently it's in 950 along the 72nd SKD Boulevard route. Even along the Johnsonville route where I have project. If you reach to Paul Wielding Filling Center, Boring, on the Johnsonville Road, I saw 1,000 rating on the sample.
Wow.
And I saw still 1,000 plus. So, for some of our men yesterday, that we all at the time we criticized CDC government when the price of gas was escalating. But today now, why they want to post up it when you get your money back, you get a product? Is that what we're discussing? So you make us to believe yesterday that when the Russian war started, when gasoline prices were escalating, it was because CDC did not put in proper mechanism. This is why inflicted our wounds economically on us and on the end user, such as people like us. But just waiting and keeping our eyes to see such a
oh, too bad. But I think he made a salient point. Yes, your points were well taken, my brother. Kulake 0777 959 959 0777 959 959. +231 777 959 959. If you want to use WhatsApp, +231 777 959 959 are the numbers you can use to be a part this evening. We're looking at the price of gasoline, the increase in the price of gasoline from 700 strictly up to 900. And yeah, the brother, while we are with course, Silky, this brother said, well, around his area, the Johnsonville area there are places too. He said $1,000 is written, but let me get this person on the line. Good evening, welcome. Okay, it went off. Yeah, $1,000 for gas. He saw that rating, and then 1,000 plus for fuel. Silky.
Yeah, just I was saying to you, Jefferson, the government will not control that price if, especially when people not getting it. Imagine with the gap in now how, because for most of the callers, they are saying that once you get the money, you can get the gas, right? So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
means the gas we have gas, the gas business are high. So people already taking advantage of the situation. They find out, the government themselves increasing the price. So they taking advantage of that, raising the money all the way to $1,000. So if you have a shortage, that's a big problem. Jefferson, it's a big
Yeah,
problem. Yeah,
sure.
it'll be
Certainly.
a big problem.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Let me
yeah,
get this person quickly. Good
okay.
evening. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead quickly.
Just some recent, the FPRC managing director said the price of gas it won't escalate. He only said it will affect the price of fuel because we have enough petroleum or gasoline in storage. Just 2 days after his major press conference,
Yeah.
we are seeing the price of gas have escalated. So nobody should be over the ordinary people. No, the government and those policy makers should be blamed. Yesterday we blamed Joya, we blamed CDC. Today we can, if we can blame President Waka, tell me then where are our conscience? So I'm saying nobody should come sugar body. Doing Joya reading, we still on that. So you think if they think you're going to 2 weeks from now, will that stay on that? I said, Rajinia, why now you need a party now? They try to count the color brigade now. They saying when you get your money, you can get it, this and that. But you know the price, you know how many of us digging deeper into our pocket only to get our gasoline for our moving object. So I think it was wrong yesterday. We condemn it and we condemning it today. For me, I told people I do it for my conscience, I do it for my country.
Okay. Thank you so much. Sekou Fofana is on the line. Sekou, good evening, my brother.
Sorry, Jeff. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
How are you?
Well, good.
Jeff, in Liberia, I also have problem. So if Jeff, anybody tell you say no gas is deposit max, you know what? We can a new situation to get money.
Yeah.
People will deliberately take that gas, they will get here negative thing in the country. So they can use that. Otherwise, if anybody tell you say gas is deposit last week, gas is here. But because they actually announced, they say war in Iran, the other country, war will see the food up. So people using that to get money. You see, what this time the money can last for long. Even if you get that, they get even some. They won't work out how they will contain as they get people. When we're looking for money this side, even calling person can behave like that. But if it was all get level, that was just it. That was torso with torso. We condemn the thing that will happen to the boy, not anything that happened to him. That happening today, for God's sake, look at the left hand, so gas, yesterday, for that day, once you go, filter yesterday for gas, it happening today? No. So, when they took a lot of talking, for me, my biggest political party is Labua. Even if you come between United Party and Labua, I will tell Labua.
Okay.
After worship individual, I worship the country because although people call us name, I will eat Guinea with the I know how they treat all there. To just go fish in the river where you don't put down, they pour in jail for 1 day. They treat all there, so one against on the novice people that tell you say you're not from Liberia, You laugh for the end of it, I can laugh. Mano people in Kiri, Loma there, Kizzy there, Pere there. Africa, you see, there was so for me. If you go to school, you know about migration, then you pay, you know, you can't even play anybody.
Okay.
So I just want to say that because they wouldn't have done up to now today. You look at even the gas now, the situation now, they can make they use it, they exploit money. But just I work for money all the way to buy the property. The party so then again, I work. Because my boyfriend, you know what's up, getting coming to me.
Okay.
You know, for my breakfast.
The man set it for you, eh? Okay. 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 It must welcome setting for you too. Okay, Sidiki, just in there. Yeah, Sidiki, is up to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jefferson, and thanks to all of the callers. Thanks for your participation on the show, your feedbacks. I highly appreciate it. I think you are the reason we come here. So the fact that when we talk, you get the chance to call in, to give your input, contribute to the conversation means a lot. So it was a great show. Tomorrow, another group will be here again to take it off until the end of the week. Until then, we'll be here on Monday. Jefferson, thank you so much for all you do. Producing in the studio there. For us is highly appreciated too. So, having said that, have a great night from my end, and thank you to all of you, our online viewers. Thanks for watching. Your comments, and yes, see you next Monday with Mr. Padmo on another edition of the LIB Future TV on Monday. I'm always here on Monday and Tuesday. Until then, have a great night from my end, Jefferson. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right, Sidiki. Thank you so much as well. Well, folks, it has been a wonderful conversation here. You can join the station tomorrow, 9 o'clock, again, for another edition of the program, LIB Future TV. My name is Jefferson. We are bidding you a pleasant good night from my end this evening. A pleasant good night from okay.
LIB, stand up. Take me back to Liberia, where the drums still play my song. Take me back to my homeland. It's the place where I belong.
LIB Future TV, giving voice to progressive Liberians, speaking about politics, entertainment, and local news.